Week 7, the highs and lows of the NFL. And I think the high has to be the Indianapolis Colts. Where else can we start? What has been the best part, the most impressive part watching the Colts play this year to you?
Well, I'll tell you the unity and the sense of purpose. I was up there for the opening weekend of the season, and it was all about, hey, let's do this for Jim Irsay. We know he would want us to have a good year, and you could see everybody was on board. But I never expected this type of start. They are playing red hot football, and I really have to credit three things, Jack. Their offensive line, which doesn't get a
Yep.
lot of credit. Shane Steichen and his play calling and how he's utilizing everybody. And then Daniel Jones, just being the point guard, being mobile, making plays. And it's a tribute to Coach Steichen. They are very, very balanced. So far this year, 196 runs, 217 passes. I don't know any of the top teams that have that kind of balance. That's what you're shooting for. They've got a tremendous back, and that takes a lot of pressure off the offensive line. And they are playing just exceptional offensive football right now.
I would agree with you, Coach. I think what it's, Daniel Jones has shined light on the fact that this is an O line, D line driven program. And now he's starting to make some of these big guys shine, like
Yeah.
Bortolini, excuse me, the center has really looked good. Quentin Nelson, the left guard right now, is the top left guard in the NFL. He's just a dominant force. The tackles, really, all five guys have been productive on the offensive line. And when you have that, quarterback play to take a Daniel Jones who's been hit so many times in his career with the New York Giants and now to see him flourish, it's pretty cool to see.
It is. And Coach Steichen has done a great job because he's keeping defenses off balance. You can't just tee off and go after Daniel Jones because they're running the ball as much as they're throwing it. And you've got this very, very good running back in Jonathan Taylor that you have to
Right.
defend. Well, now when I go play action or bootleg, now I can get my quarterback really feeling comfortable that that pressure is not on him. They've got a lot of different weapons. Tyler Warren has been amazing as a tight end, doing things in the middle of the field, and they're using everyone. So it's just been a masterful job of offense, 33 points a game, and man, they're playing good football.
Your biggest concern right now with the Colts would be what, if there was one?
Is their secondary. Lou Anarumo, we've talked about him, what a job he's done on defense, but they have lost corner after corner after corner. They brought Xavier Howard in thinking that was going to be a Band-Aid. He ends up retiring because he can't do the job. They've just had these injuries, but they're masking it right now because their offense is playing so well and Lou is dialing up all these things. But you get down the road against the real good teams, that could be a problem if these guys don't get healthy for them.
Let's get down to the Chiefs. Speaking of great coaches, Andy Reid has flipped this thing around from 0-2 to now Rashee Rice coming back, catching a couple of touchdowns, looking like the best offense in the league, and they just crushed Vegas. Is this the best team right now? The high of the Chiefs? What are you seeing?
I'll tell you what, we saw them against Detroit and we thought, okay, well, they put it together and they beat Detroit. And then when I saw what Detroit did to Tampa, now
Mm.
you have to really look at that Kansas City game and say, wow, maybe the Chiefs are back. And I do, I'm like you, I have to credit Andy Reid a lot. The 0-2, losing to Jacksonville, no panic. We're going to be okay. Keep building. Let's just play Chiefs ball. We're going to work these young receivers. Now, when we get Rice back, we're going to be that much better. Well, now, and they've got an arsenal that is like it was before. And that offensive line, we mentioned this, Jack, they are playing. They're not a dominant offensive line, but in the past, it was always, oh gosh, this guy's terrible. And the left tackle can't do this, and they can't protect Mahomes. They can't run. Well, now they've got running game, they've got protection. People have to play man to man against all these guys, or Mahomes is going to carve them up. And then when you play man, now that gives him the avenues to take off and run. And it's a headache. It is a headache.
It really is. And I look at the Jalen Moore. They broke off that money to him before the year. They obviously used the first round pick on Josh Simmons. And this is a strange situation where, he left the team and it surprised him a little bit. And he's got whatever he has going on. Hopefully they get him back. But Jawan Taylor was the big concern at right tackle. And you're thinking now they're going to have a two tackle problem. But for Moore to come in and solidify that left side in the way that he has, it's been season changing for them.
It really has. It gives them the confidence that we can do what we always do. And our line is back in shape. The three interior guys are very good. We knew that. We thought the problems would be outside. Well, now when you don't have to worry about that and you let Mahomes be Mahomes, and now he's got his weaponry back, and some of these young guys, Tyquan Thornton and Smith and Noah Gray, you get them as complementary players. They don't have to carry the load because Rice is back, and now Hollywood Brown and Worthy is back healthy. Now, man, you've got all these options, and they're playing in rhythm. Last year and the first part of this year is, if they're going to get a big play, it's got to be Mahomes just making something happen and scramble. Well, now the big plays are coming as part of just the natural flow, and they're playing with great confidence.
They are. I go back to what GM Brett Veach said. This was the Giants game. They were, they're trying to avoid going 0-3. And he, all the talk around the league was they need to trade for Tirico Hill and they need to bring in another receiver. And he was just, let's be calm here. We got to survive a couple games early. We understand the situation that we're in, but Worthy's going to come back. Rashee Rice is going to come back. And the way that they not only survived, but developed the depth, like you said, with Thornton and Juju Smith-Schuster. Who would have thought he'd be giving them these kind of minutes? And now Worthy comes back and Rice comes back. And Rice is obviously their best player as it relates to being a pass catcher in this offense. But I think the depth that they were able to put together over that stretch run without him is what makes them a very real Super Bowl team in 2025 to me.
It really does. And just they found what these guys can do. Okay, Juju, he's going to catch the ball over the middle. He's going to run after the catch. Thornton can stretch the defense. He can make big plays when we want to take a shot. And everybody else has kind of found their role. And they know what they can do now. So they're going to be a tough team to deal with. And I was impressed with that win over Detroit. But then after last week, I'm even more impressed because they took some things away from the Detroit offense. They attacked the defense that we know can play, and man, that was a confidence builder for them.
Yeah, I think it was. And now if they get Josh Simmons back from his personal situation that he's got going on, now you have 3 tackles. You can think about putting more, maybe even at right tackle or Simmons at right tackle some. And you know how the NFL goes. You're probably going to use all 3 of those tackles regardless because injuries occur as the season goes. But to have 3 tackles for a team that had tackle issues coming into the season, what an upgrade.
You're right. You have to give Brett Veach and Andy Reid their props. Hey, we had a problem. We fixed it. And we fixed it with a draft choice and spending money in free agency. And we are better now. That's not a problem area now.
Best team in the AFC coming out of week 7. If I gave you the Colts and the Chiefs, where would you lean?
I still want to see the Colts beat some quality teams. I'm worried about that secondary, the injuries. Colts are playing excellent offense, but right now the Chiefs are playing very good offense and very good defense. So I'd lean to and that championship mentality too, that DNA. So I'd still lean a little bit towards the Colts right now, I think.
Towards the Colts or towards the Chiefs?
Just towards the Colts a little bit, but I wouldn't be putting my house on it.
I got you. Okay, you take the Colts coming out of week 7. I'm going to take the Chiefs coming out of week 7, just based on what we've seen these last 2 weeks. Andy Reid and Spags in a playoff type environment. Still give me those 2.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.